Good afternoon. This will be a brief introduction to your shoe design project, where you design an athletic shoe, and as you design, pay special attention to line, its weight, which is its thickness or thinness, as well as the type of line used. In art refers to line quality. So let's see an example of a finished shoe design. This is student work. It is finished. It's done on 80-pound paper. It is fully colored, fully shaded, and the craftsmanship is very high. Also, the amount of detail, line work, and inclusion of different sizes and shapes is very high. This is worth 50 points, and you'll accomplish it with colored pencil and possibly marker. Marker is a very good tool, even though it isn't being used here. Let's see another example. Here's another finished example. You notice the color scheme is very different. You pick your own favorite color scheme. Again, this is all about line and shading. This example does use marker in combination with colored pencil. So please feel free to combine both tools, marker and colored paper. Let's get started with a concept drawing. This would be the paper for your final drawing, 80 pound. But your paper for your concept drawing will be a lighter weight prelim or concept paper. You can barely see the shoe design through the paper from the back. So what I'm going to do is begin to draw. I don't like this silhouette. I want to change it. I'm giving you a silhouette which is not very attractive, so you can alter it, change it, and make it better. You're the designer, and so much of your ability to sell your product depends upon your ability to design and improve upon what you're given. You've got to give it your best shot. So now a point in art is the smallest mark you can make. That's a point. But once that point begins to move, its path is called a line. So we started with a small point, and moving that point across the paper, the point of the drawing tool, I created a line. That line is of a medium weight. This line is thinner. It's a lighter weight line. And holding the marker to its side, I get a broader, more heavily weighted mark, a thicker line. So these examples are not of line quality, but of line weight. I like to use line when I create my concept drawing because lines represent movement through space and time. And isn't that what athletics is all about? Movement. Right now, I'm just having fun with line. The lines come together to create shapes. While I'm creating lines that move across the shoe design, I'm paying attention to the toe and the heel and the sole, that should be pretty flat, and also the upper portion of the shoe, which would wrap around my ankle. Make your shoes large, don't make them small. I need something to grade. In a moment, I will show you examples of shoes built on a theme. But right now, this afternoon, I'm simply going to have fun with movement and line, remembering that athletics is all about movement, skilled movement, practiced movement, controlled movement. That's what athletics are all about. Practicing to become better, and movement that reflects that practice. Starts and stops and directional changes. With my drawing tool, and my paper, you notice my paper is moving too. I'm keeping my paper stable from moving, so my marker can move without jeopardizing my design, without making mistakes. This swirling pattern interests me. It's a motif. It's a swirling line that I only see once, and I'm going to repeat it. The repetition creates a rhythm. And just like the footfalls of your shoes when you're running, you can imagine there's repetition in your movement. I'm going to complement that swirling line with another simple shape that is reminiscent. These little dots remind you of the swirling line. The movement to create the little dots is pretty similar to the movement used to create the swirling lines. Now, this is a concept drawing. I don't have to like it, but it is one regardless whether I like it or not. It demonstrates control of my drawing tool. It demonstrates a variety of line weight. It demonstrates a variety of types of line, swirling lines, straight lines, curving lines, short lines. So it demonstrates a great deal about line. This concept drawing is worth 30 points. If it's done very well with control and detail, it can be worth as many as 40 points. You need to do at least one concept drawing. Please do it in pencil or marker, your choice. But if doing it in marker, show me that you can handle the marker to create different weights of line, okay? When you're done with your one concept, we must move on to a better quality piece of paper for your full color final. The only difference, the paper and the amount of color and shading on the two. Your full color final is worth 50 points, possibly as many as 75 if you really knock it out of the park in terms of technique, shading, and color, as well as craftsmanship, as well as detail. Now, this concept design done by a student is different from mine. Mine relied only on line and shape. Here we have line and shape, and the shapes come together to create recognizable objects, musical notes, flames, the keyboard of a piano, stars. If you wish to do a thematic shoe, please do. It also can be transformed into a thematic final. A theme is an idea around which your design is built. If you want to do, for a child, a yellow duck shoe built on a yellow duck theme, because kids might like that, you can. You might have to consider your age group that you're designing for, but you certainly can do that type of thematic shoe. Now, you try.